Hello, I'm Viet Cuong, and this is Thai Nguyen News. Today's top stories. The chairman of Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee welcomes the Russian enterprise delegation. Opening the ceremony of the first tea festival in Đại Từ district. Núi Pháo mining to create opportunities for local people. On January 20th, Mr. Dương Ngọc Long, chairman of Thái Nguyên Provincial People's Committee, had a meeting with the representatives and leaders of the Association of Science and Automation Production, Russian Federation, who visited, surveyed, and explored investment opportunities in Thái Nguyên province. The Association of Science and Automation Production, Russian Federation, is the state enterprise specializing in research, production, and sales of civil devices, especially energy-saving devices. During this trip to Thái Nguyên province, the delegation will explore investment opportunities to provide goods, including the energy-saving devices, with high technology to meet the market demand of Thái Nguyên in general and in Vietnam in particular. To top it all, the representatives of the delegation expressed a desire to build one joint venture between the two parties in Thái Nguyên City. On behalf of Thái Nguyên Province, the chairman of the Provincial People's Committee highly appreciated the investment goodwill of the Russian business delegation in Thái Nguyên Province. He also confirmed that Thái Nguyên will fully support and create the best conditions for business investment and product consumption in Thái Nguyên market. Finally, Mr. Long assigned tasks to the two localities of Thái Nguyên City and Phú Yên District, and that these localities should coordinate with all the departments and agencies to consider testing and doing pilot installation of energy-saving devices in the near future. In the evening of January 17th, Đại Từ District held a solemn opening ceremony on its first Tea Festival 2012 at the stadium of the district.
Following the success of the first International Tea Festival in Thái Nguyên, Vietnam 2011, the Đại Từ First Tea Festival is the district-scale festival, was organized with the aim of honoring, promoting, and developing brand tea products of Đại Từ in particular and Thái Nguyên in general. This was also the first activity in the sequence of preparation events for the second International Tea Festival, scheduled to be held in the province in late 2013. At the opening ceremony, Mr. Đặng Viết Thuận, Deputy Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, awarded certificates of the quality brand to La Bang Tea. This is an important event contributing to empowerment and trademark of La Bang Tea products in the market. After this festival, the party and the government of the province and relevant districts should continue to pay more attention to agricultural economy development and, more importantly, replicating the Đại Từ tea brand in particular and Thái Nguyên tea brand in general. Tea farmers should positively convert into tea varieties of higher productivities and quality, and actively participate in producing clean and safe tea products, and form groups of prestigious production and consumption of tea products in the domestic and international markets. Mr. Thuận expressed the desire that businesses, investors should continue to focus on the production, processing, and consumption of tea products to bring practical benefits to the tea farmers. The festival will be held for 8 days from January the 17th to the 24th, 2013.
On January 16th, the University of Economics and Business Administration, Thái Nguyên University, held an international conference on economic cooperation between Vietnam and Korea, reality and economic theory, highlighted by the participation of the presenters who are economics professors of some universities in Korea, lecturers of some University of Economics and Business Administration who are PhD students in Korea, and representatives of a number of universities in Southeast Asia. The conference was organized for the purpose of academic exchange forum among reputable scholars on the issue of economic cooperation between Vietnam and Korea in the context of international integration. At the conference, economics professor Tai Koo Chang of Daegu University, Korea, said that Korean businesses have been choosing Vietnam because of the short distance of 4-hour flight from Seoul or Busan to Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, or cultural similarities, and more importantly, Vietnam has become a rising star in Asia. English language was used entirely during the conference. This gave a very good opportunity for students of Thai Nguyen University to practice and raise awareness of the language's role as a necessary skill for their work in the future. Also, through the conference, education managers gained more information about the standards and recruitment requirements from Korean companies in order to have appropriate plans in training and ensuring human resources to meet the needs of Korea. On January 15th, Thai Nguyen Department of Agriculture and Rural Development held a meeting to review the actions it has taken for the protection and development of forests last year 2012 and for re-implementing the plan in 2013.
2012 was a very good year for Thái Nguyên Department of Agriculture and Rural Development. Forest protection and development in the province was performed well with 181 propagation meetings, 156 training courses on policies and laws of the state in terms of the forest protection and development, 15 propagation meetings on forest right transfer and forest lease that help to keep the maintenance, the protection and development of forests. Compared to 2011, the area of newly planted forest was nearly 5,300 hectares, reaching over 105% of the required plan of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs, contributing an important role in the ecological environment protection. Entering 2013, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development determines to perform even better for the sustainable protection and development of forests of nearly 180,000 hectares of existing forest and planting nearly 5,300 hectares of new forest to ensure the stable cover of over 50%. Hence, inspection and supervision of the implementation of forest protection and development projects at the basic units should be strengthened. Finally, a combination of protection and development of forests with job provision to improve income of the working local people should be implemented through the programs and projects of forestry.
After years of developing to this point, Núi Pháo project of exploiting and processing of minerals in Đại Từ District, Thái Nguyên Province, is going into the finishing phase of the project, preparing for the first batch of products. To achieve those results, Núi Pháo Mining has always understood and synchronously implemented the preeminent policies to join hands and contribute to the development of the community. Núi Pháo Mining project was licensed by the government in May 2004 with a total investment capital of over $500 million. When the project was implemented, there were over 2,700 displaced households and their affected production and lands. Our company is always aware that compensation and resettlement are very important. If this work is done well, the later work such as construction, exploitation, and operation will meet the scheduled requirements. To create the most favorable conditions for the local people in the project to have jobs and high incomes and stabilize their lives, Núi Pháo Limited Company of Exploiting and Processing Minerals has announced preferential policies on recruitment for local people and affected households in the villages and hamlets. Especially labor recruitment gives priority to those who are displaced and submitted their lands, the poor and disadvantaged households, those who do not have relatives working in the company, and those whose ownership transfer was done on time. According to statistics, at the moment, Núi Pháo Mining has provided jobs for 516 people, 230 employees being trained, and 263 unskilled workers. We appreciate that Núi Pháo Mining is one of the companies which have performed the policies on job supply, propagation, and knowledge transfer to employees, stable resettlement of the local people, and labor attraction in the project very well. In addition, community support activities of Núi Pháo Mining focused on improving the quality of infrastructure around the project area, including the construction of cultural houses and recreational locations, etc. The implementation of Núi Pháo Mining project is to concretize the policy of the party and the state because of the socio-economic development of the locality and the country in a sustainable way. When the project goes into production, it will be expected to create jobs for 1,500 employees, contributing to the export turnover of the locality and the state budget of about $1,350 million in the first years. All well-done work towards the community by Núi Pháo Mining Company in recent years has somewhat strengthened beliefs from the local people around the project area that effectively contributed to the sustainable development between enterprises and the community. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.